It's a very groovy mutation.
I look groovy on you, especially when I fix your hair.
Hey everyone, and welcome to TalkWord. This is the show where we get into the really cool stories behind the words we use all the time. And today, oh man, we're digging into a word that's just pure good vibes, groovy. You know, our whole goal here is to unpack the history of words like groovy, because when you get the culture behind them, you can use them so much more naturally. All right, enough talk. Let's get right into it. Okay, so you've definitely heard the word groovy before, right? And you know it means something like cool or awesome, but have you ever really stopped to think about why? I mean, why that word? It sounds a little funny, doesn't it? Well, believe it or not, there's a fantastic story here, and it all kicks off with music. So, to really understand this, we've got to jump in a time machine. Picture this. We're heading back to the jazz clubs of the 1930s and 40s. The lights are down low, the music is just so smooth, and there's this incredible new sound in the air. This, right here, is where the story of groovy begins. Okay, so before groovy was this feeling, a groove was a real physical thing. Seriously, the best way to think about it is a vinyl record. You know that long spiral track on the record? That's a groove. It's what guides the needle. And when that needle is sitting perfectly in the groove, what happens? The music plays flawlessly. And this is where it gets really cool. You can literally see the word evolving. So it starts with the record player, right? The needle is in the groove. Then jazz musicians totally ran with that idea. When the whole band was just clicking, playing in perfect rhythm, they'd say, man, we're in the groove. It was just a small leap from there for everyone listening. If the band was in the groove, then the music felt incredible. And that feeling, yeah, that was groovy. All right, let's fast forward a little bit. The word kinda hung around in the jazz scene, you know, with the beatniks. But then the 1960s hit, and bam, it just exploded. Groovy basically became the unofficial anthem for the entire counterculture movement. We're talking hippies, peace, love, the whole shebang. And if you want a perfect snapshot of that feeling, just listen to this. It's from Simon and Garfunkel. This line just is the 60s vibe. See, it's not just about being cool. It's something more. It's about being relaxed, totally at ease, just vibing with everything around you, feeling groovy. I mean, the word got so connected to that time period that they're basically inseparable. Think about it. You see a VW bus, a lava lamp, a tie-dye shirt. What's the first word that pops into your head? It's groovy, right? It wasn't just a word. It was the label for an entire look, an entire feeling. Okay, so that was the 60s. But what about today? Can you actually use the word groovy now without sounding, well, like you're wearing bell-bottoms and a headband? The answer is, kinda. It's a little tricky, so let's break it down. It all comes down to context, really. So when can you use it? Describing some old-school music or vintage fashion? Oh yeah, perfect. Joking around with your friends? For sure, go for it. But maybe don't drop it in a business email or a serious presentation. It just has this powerful, retro vibe that might not fit. And really, that's the main thing to remember about using it today. When you say groovy now, you're kind of giving a little nod to the past. You're being playful. It's all about fun, nostalgia, maybe even a little bit of irony. It's like you're saying, hey, I know this is an old word, but it's a cool one. I mean, what a wild ride for just one word, huh? Think about it. It went from being a literal line on a record to the feeling of an amazing jazz performance, to the anthem for a whole generation. And now it's this fun, retro word we can still pull out and enjoy. It just goes to show you, language is always, always changing. So that gets me thinking, and I want to leave you with this question. Think about the slang we all use right now. Words like lit, vibe, maybe slay. Which of those do you think people will still be saying in 50 years? And which ones are going to sound just as, well, groovy as groovy sounds to us today? It's pretty wild to think about, isn't it? Hey, if digging into this word got you excited, you should know you can create your very own word explainers just like this one using the TalkWord app. It's a really fun way to explore English and share what you find. Anyway, thanks so much for hanging out with us on TalkWord. And as always, stay curious.
Very groovy, very groovy.
It's a very groovy time.
Hey, Frankie, skydiving's groovy, but let's stick to surfing.